We're joined by head coach Nate Champion here on the Wegmans postgame show, and in the Mannion Capon, actually McNeil & Company Coach's Corner. And Coach, a much-needed victory on a lot of different levels. First of all, you hadn't won a home game against a Division I team. You hadn't won a league game, last team to do that. And you won comfortably today. You got up to the big start, 16-2, and when that happens, it really leads to good things.
I'm really glad we started with all the negatives there.
We got them all
Get them out of the way. I want to.
I mean, I was pretty happy until I heard all those stats, Chris.
Well, we're still happy.
No, I thought honestly just the urgency, the attention to detail, the effort on the defensive side to start the game was tremendous. I mean, we gave up 2 points until 10 minutes or something like that in the first half, or whatever it was. You know, we were doing a great job, but it was just attention to detail with the defensive assignments, and that, you know, was very evident for us. And we executed the game plan. Like, we went over exactly what we knew we were going to see. They run a funky zone, kind of like man-to-man matchup. You know, we had 6 turnovers, 2 of them being in the second half. That, I don't know if I would count those, so really I'll go with 10. But, you know, I thought we were really good on that. And then, you know, I thought we did a good job of just taking them out of things. I thought they slowed it down and kind of were more deliberate in their actions in the second half, and we did a good job defensively of guarding them. I know they shot 40% from the three-point line and 42% from the field, but, you know, I thought we made them really work for a lot of those actions, and, you know, we continued to play hard throughout the game. So I was really proud of the way that we responded today.
I talk a little bit more about defense, because kind of lost in that tough double overtime loss was what we thought was a real improvement defensively by Lemoyne in the last game. And in this game, with the exception of some plays where Lemoyne went for ball fakes and gave up some easy looks, you made Mercyhurst shoot over you or through you. They didn't get too many easy looks at the basket.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about, like, being disciplined, being, you know, understanding what they're trying to do, where we have weak points in our defense, and trying to negate those. There's always things that you can improve on, always things that you can get better at, but you know, it feels good to get a win at home, and I thought our crowd was engaged today as well, which was nice to see. You know, after some tough ones at home, but, you know, hopefully we can get it right and get started with a good streak here.
Yeah, well, your next game is in another time zone against Chicago, your last flight of the season, and maybe this will springboard you forward.
Well, it could be the last flight of the season.
That's true.
Of the regular season.
We'll say regular season. Very good point. Ever the optimist. So looking at some of the numbers here today, first of all, before we do that, Zach Tekin not playing, so you were shorthanded, and but I thought the triumvirate of point guard play today between A.J. Dantzler, who had a great game, also Will Amika gave you some valuable minutes, and I thought just in general, you got great play from your guards, and your forwards did a great job too, and as you dominated in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, again, we had a game plan. We executed the game plan well. Our guards were fantastic, I thought, just controlling the game, understanding what we're looking for, taking care of the ball. You know, I know AJ had 3 turnovers. 2 of them, I thought he, you know, made the wrong read. 1 of them, I thought, you know, maybe it was a better pass that he could have had. But regardless, I think he's been, you know, tremendous on the defensive side as well lately. And Will Amika, even though he, you know, shot perfect from the field, had 2 rebounds. 1 was a huge rebound, offensive rebound down here. He gets fouled. And that's the type of stuff that he brings to the table if we can continue to get that out of him. So really happy with that. I thought our bench gave us some good minutes in the second half after playing our starters for a long time. But, you know, we have to continue to get better, continue to buy into what we're doing. And our goal is to be playing our best basketball into January, February, and March. So we have to just take it one day at a time and continue to have that hunger.
Looked like Lemoyne was playing smart basketball today. You got to a lot of 50-50 balls, and it seemed like the Dolphins were playing with their heads up, watching what was going on, not forcing the action. And at the end of the game, near the end of the game, there was a scramble for a loose ball, and Robbie Carmody, instead of diving in and causing contact, he waited for the Mercyhurst player to just turn around on his back, and he just reached down and took it away from him. And I thought that kind of explained the way Lemoyne played in those scrambles today. Played with their heads up, watched what was going on. When they jumped in the air to pass, they didn't just throw it anywhere. They looked for a white jersey, and I think that's one reason you didn't have as many turnovers today.
Yeah, it's more urgency on doing the right things, and when we did turn it over the 12 times we did, it was because we weren't disciplined. And that's the whole, formula is we have to continue to stay locked in offensively. So we'll continue to look at it, continue to improve, and continue to get better. But really excited for today.
One more question for me. You got to tell us what the game plan was on the last possession of the game.
Oh, so with the time running out, throw it up. So the shot clock goes off, but the time continues to run. It's like a shot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It didn't look like Dwayne was sure.
He didn't do it right.
But it didn't matter. But wanted to bring up a couple other things, Coach, before we let you go, and that is Ocypher Owens obviously was not 100% today. Gave you a brilliant effort off the bench with 12 points. Didn't miss from the floor. Made 6 of 7 from the line. But we saw him also go to the stationary bike a little bit in between action. So I think also lost in this is that you weren't at full strength again. I mean, it seems to be a recurring theme this year. But you managed to pull it out. Everyone gave you amazing minutes. Even Fred Paul Bogatskis, let's give him credit too. He found his shot again, which is important. And you had a lot of and ones, whether it was from three-point range or inside. You got a lot. You got to the basket aggressively, finished, and also got fouled.
Yeah, you create your own luck, right? When you're doing the right things, when you continue to work as hard as you can, and you're doing what we're asking, right, those things will start to go your way, and that's what happened today. So I was really happy with our effort.
And I have one last thing, and that was the fouls. I know have been a bugaboo for the team most of the year, but other than a cluster at the end of the first half, I thought you did a really good job defending without fouling.
Yeah, and that's, again, like where we have to get better. We can't be great and then be terrible, right? Like you have to, if we're going to mix in a few fouls, that's fine, and we know, refs are going to even it up, but we can't foul 8 times. You got to foul 2 or 3 and then get back to, like make the fouls count. Don't waste them on hand checks and being behind plays. So we'll continue to get better.
Okay. Was that enough positives to sprinkle?
Yeah, it was. It was. I was way happier with that. Thanks, Chris.
And Moyne improves, as we said, to 6-12 overall, and we're going to get our Wegman star of the game all ready to broadcast or to interview. And with his double-double of 16 points, 10 rebounds, also had 3 assists and a couple of steals, it's Dwayne Koroma, who after a 1-for-4 shooting day against FDU, managed to shoot 7 of 9 today. Again, by far the best shooter percentage-wise in the conference. And we're happy to have you with us, Dwayne. And I don't know if you know that. First of all, let's talk about the game and how important it was for this team to finally get over the hump and win that first one after a tough double overtime loss in just less than 48 hours ago.
Yeah. No, super important for our team. I think the guys responded super well. Coming to the conference, starting conference not the way we wanted to. And a quick turnaround after a hard loss yesterday. Everybody was super locked in yesterday in prep, and I feel like it showed. Just the preparation we put in, it showed today in the game. From the start throughout the whole game, like no lulls, and then we just finished strong. So
I thought the defense really picked it up in the last game. Kind of lost in that double overtime loss was how well you played defensively. And it just took a superhuman effort by somebody to beat you in overtime. And today, with the exception of a couple of plays where Moyne went for ball fakes and Mercyhurst was able to get underneath and get easy looks, other than that, you made them shoot over you or through you.
Yep.
Everything was contested, and it seemed to really make a difference today.
Yep. No, 100%. I feel like the talk was way better on both ends of the floor, but especially on the defensive end. And obviously, you won't have a perfect game all the time. So obviously, mistakes gonna happen. But like you said, most of the game, I feel like we did a great job just knowing the game plan and executing really, really well, especially on the defensive end.
All these practices and games, does it feel like it's starting to come together more unconsciously how to play with different groups on the floor? Because you played with a lot of different groups on the floor this year.
Yeah, no, it's great to have, guys that were hurt and guys, just everybody back, and I just think, like you said, with the time, like we're figuring it out. Obviously, we have a lot of new pieces to this team, so we're figuring it out. And it's just super good group of guys, and it's so fun. So once we start clicking, like as it shows, like we play a good basketball together, and yeah.
So I want to ask you, you've been foul plagued lately. The last 3 games you did not see the end of the game because of fouls. Now sometimes it's ticky-tack fouls that are called. I know it's not played the same way that it is. It's not officiated the same way as it is in your native Germany.
Yeah.
So did you do anything differently the way you played today after the last few games?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of it is mental. I just gotta, obviously, I can't just rely on the ticky-tack fouls. I just gotta be mentally locked in to cut out like you said, the ticky-tack ones. And then obviously, if you play hard, you gonna get a couple calls or a couple bad calls. You can't always. What's the word I'm looking for? Like those gonna happen. But at the end of the day, I just gotta be smarter about how I defend, because I know I can defend well. So.
Well, there was one foul that was called when you reached here on the perimeter.
Yesterday?
We were reached today. When you reached around to try to knock the
ball
away.
Yeah.
Yep. And you looked at the official and immediately nodded your head.
Yes. Those are the ones
but
exactly
that, was
that I'm
your
talking
first
about.
Foul.
Yeah, true. But those are the ones I got to cut out, because in a crucial game, those are the ones that I can't have, when, like you said, in a game like yesterday, for example, like I just want to be able to be there for my team if they need me. So.
And the last thing I'm going to bring up on a positive note.
Yep.
You're one of the best slam dunkers we've ever seen. So
Appreciate that.
I've been calling these games for 33 years, and over that time, I've kept track of the dunks the little Moyne individual players have had. So you're moving up on the dunks chart. You get 31 this year. So you are now fourth.
I'm fourth?
You're fourth.
Okay.
You're 5 behind Dan Kegler.
Okay.
And Lawrence Perrigan and Jim Jansen are the head of the list. Jim Jansen had 121 dunks. You have 41 in 1 year. But that was a career.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you have 41 for a career. Now, on the season dunk chart, you are now in third place. Jim Jansen had 53 in 1 year.
Okay.
35 for Lawrence Perrigan, and you're right behind him at 31. So you're moving up on that list with a lot of games to go.
Okay, what's the first?
The first one is Jim Jansen, who was a 7-footer.
Jim Jansen, okay.
Yeah, he was a 7-foot lefty who they did a lot of pick and roll with Nate Champion. He was Nate Champion's
No way.
classmate.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
So ask him about Jim Jansen. Those two lefties used to play a lot of pick and roll and a lot of dunks for Jim Jansen.
Gotcha.
But so you're in sight. I mean, if you can get to 53, you'll have the seasonal record. You'll match it with him, and you're moving up the career list. And as far as team dunks, this now is the team this team is in third place with the 4 dunks you had and the one for Ocypher Owens. We now have 46 on the season, 18 shy of the school record in 2013-14, which Jim Jansen and Nate Champion. I don't think Nate had one, did he? Did he have a dunk?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I have to ask him that.
I'll ask him.
But then he'll say, well, then how many assists did you have? So,
yes.
But when talking about dunks, I just want to say we joke about it's kind of a frivolous stat, but it's very meaningful because it means a really high percentage shot. If you can get those shots, keep those percentages up, that sometimes counteracts the issues that Lemoyne has with turnovers. Though rebounding has really come a long way. Sometimes you're out rebounded. When you can shoot that higher percentage, you can win games anyway. So to me, I think that's a very important number.
I agree.
Yeah, and also the NBA keeps the stat. It's an official stat. I mean, they don't put it on the websites or anything, but they keep track of dunks. And so I've been doing it ever since. By the way, you have 9 so far in this year. You have 9 multi-dunk games. Third place all time behind Jim Jansen's 24 and Lawrence Perrigan's 22. So hop at it.
Yes,
so
yes,
thank
sir,
you
yes, sir.
once again.
But before you go, got to ask you about this guy staring at us right now, coming off the bench today. The effort that he had today, and he only had 1 dunk, but it was one heck of a dunk.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This guy, I love this guy. I love playing with this dude. He plays hard every single game, so it's just so fun to be his teammate and just be with him on and off the court. I love him, man. Yeah, he'll play hard every single time. As you see that dunk, he didn't care who was there. He dunked on AJ. He dunked on our teammate. It could be anyone who's down there. Like, he'll play hard every single game.
So he'll dunk on you?
No, not me. I'm the only exception. But other than that, everybody.
Well, thank you, Dwayne Koroma. Your double-double of 16 points and 10
Appreciate
rebounds, 4 dunks today. You are our Wegman star of the game.
Appreciate you guys.
Order delicious, freshly prepared meals to go, whether by delivery, carry-out, or curbside pickup. Enjoy meals to go only at Wegmans. Now we will hand the headset over to our Brooklyn Pickle sub of the game. He's been coming off the bench a little bit more lately, but I don't think that's going to continue. It is Ocypher Owens, who's been red hot for the team. He's leading the team in scoring at 13.5 points per game, in rebounding at 9 a game, 14 block shots. He also has been outstanding defensively, 21 points, 13 rebounds in your last game. Today, 12 points in limited minutes. Have to ask you first of all, Ocypher, what was limiting you today? Because we saw you on the stationary bike a little bit in between bouts in the game. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling all right. I think it was just very good that Fouts stepped up and was able to just fill my position and be able to take those my position that I had previously. So I'm feeling all right. We ended up getting that win, and Fouts had to step up, so I'm proud of that.
Yeah, and he's coming off a double-double himself along with you last game. So how important was this game, and how much of a focus did you guys have on it, knowing that you were 0-2 in the league and had lost such a heartbreaker and had a short turnaround for this one?
I think it was extremely important for us to get this win here. Going into this one, we were 0-2, like you said. It was definitely very stressed that we were going hard in practice, preparing the right way for this game because we needed one to kind of change the tide and get us on the winning streak. So it was definitely very important that we got this game, and I think it's just going to be up from here.
So notice your ankle there still wrapped, taking care of that Achilles. That didn't seem to be bothering you, though, on a couple of your moves, moving away from the basket with those very athletic finishes. Is this the Ocypher Owens trademark? It seems like this is your game.
Yeah, I definitely think that getting downhill is something that I do pretty well, and I think that if I continue to harp on that, continue to just attack aggressively, then I'm going to see good results. In this league, I'm one of the bigger players, and I think that I can just use my strength and my size to get to that cup and just finish. So I'll just continue doing that, and if I see the three ball open, then I'll take it. But if not, then I'll just continue to drive.
Strength, size, but also agility. I think that's an advantage you have against some guys that guard you, is that you move so well. It makes it tough for a team to put a bigger man on you.
Most definitely, yeah. So with me, I think it's all about mismatches because I'm 6'8", forward, but can handle the ball. So they can't really put anybody my size on me because most of the time I'm too quick for them. And if they try to put somebody smaller, then they're just undersized. So I can go ahead and finish over the top.
So looking forward for the rest of the season, from a personal standpoint and from a team standpoint, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys aiming for between now and the end of the regular season on March 1st?
The only thing we care about as a team is winning, honestly. We don't really have any personal goals. I mean, our personal goals are the team goals. Our personal goals, we come out every single day, and we want to do what we can do as an individual to make our team better. So we all have one goal. The end goal is to go ahead and get a ring for the NEC conference, and that's pretty much it.
And I'm going to take a page out of our colleague Tim McCaffrey's book. Moyne will finish strongly and possibly win the league or the league tournament if they do blank. Fill in the blank for us.
I think with us, it's just playing hard. I think it's just we come out and we play hard every single night. We'll get the results that we want. In the NEC, everybody's going to come out and play to their best capabilities, and I think that with our team and the skill that we bring every single night, everybody able to produce, if we come out and just play hard, things are going to fall in our way. So I think that's all we got to do as a team.
So one more question. Since we just talked to Dwayne Koroma about his dunks, right, his number of dunks, are you going to be able to teach him to do some more exciting dunks?
I think Dwayne's dunks are extremely exciting, man. I'm sitting on the sideline. He does some things that I can't do. When you're under the basket and you can just spring up like that, I can't do that.
Two hands all the time. Very safe dunks. It's very hard for him to miss those dunks.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, that's just pure athleticism. He's honestly a freak of nature, if you ask me. Like, he's under the basket. You can throw it to him. He's going to go up and slam it. It's not light dunks. He goes up there and slams it every single time. So, for me, I need a little bit of a running start. I need to get a little bit of a build up. He can just be there, and he's going to dunk it. So, I love that about his game.
Well, we love your game too, Ocypher, and it's great to see you healthy. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you out in Chicago.
Thank you. Most definitely. I appreciate that.
Yep.